So who knew working with the dentist office would be so much fun? These girls were absolutely awesome. And yeah, the day went way better than I could have ever expected. And a huge shout out to Monique. She was one of the employees there, and she had a background in some fashion shows and just doing some modeling in the past. So she was really key in helping me pose these girls and just getting them out of their shells, getting them comfortable, and being able to be silly. And that was huge, because sometimes posing people, especially those that aren't models and just, you're corporate people, you're people just in workplaces, it can be tough because people aren't, I don't know, they're just really self-critical. I mean, we all are, right? But if they've never had a lot of photos taken and they don't know what angles or kind of just what looks good to them, they can be really, really critical. And so, again, having Monique, someone they knew, someone they worked with, just kind of coax it out of them and just be, really candid and fun, was awesome. And so, yeah, so one of the things I do is when I work with a new client, you kind of just got to feel out what the vibe is, whether these people are really relaxed or are they really corporate-y. And within 10 seconds, Monique is basically, all right, girls, back straight, tits up, chins out, and it set the tone for everything. What are we telling people here?
So knees at a 45. Okay, and you can even keep a little cross because it makes your posture and everything feel better. Do this, tits up. I'm missing my shirt.
This is gonna be great tips for the audience. Just tits up, back straight, chin out.
Yeah.
And it was great because the idea with this, the main deliverable was basically a photo, a kind of a regular photo, a LinkedIn, corporate photo of each staff member plus a silly one. And the intent of this was to have photos for their website, because that's what they're going to be doing. They're building a website right now, so they needed employee staff photos, and then hopefully we'll do some more content in the future. But that was the main deliverable for today, plus a quick short montage of just showing montage video showing the office space and some of the happenings, and sort of just like nice B-roll in that sense, just so that they can have a nice banner image or a hero image on their homepage. So let's start with the gear. So I had a lantern style softbox that was attached to a small rig video light. I don't remember which model, so I will put that up. And the idea with this, if you're going to do video lights, then definitely make sure that they're bright enough, because typically, especially in this space here, we're in this the main entryway, and it has some skylights coming through, but things shift, things move as far as the sun and the light. So you want to make sure that if you are using a video light for photos, it's got to be powerful enough. And I would have used flash, if it was super, super dark, but because I kind of knew how the layout was, I had visited before, I was like, I think I can get away with video lights. To me, the reason I chose video lights, I just thought it would be a little bit quicker, simpler to adjust on the fly. I personally haven't done a whole lot of flash work, so that's something I do need to probably work on. But today I thought, hey, do the video lights. It was easier to kind of manipulate on the fly, and then it just, for me, again, my mind is a lot more video based, so it just made more sense. And then behind, on the opposing side of that main key light, is the Godox Molus 60 watt, and I just bought a V-mount attachment, so V-mount clamp, and then it runs from a USB C cable into the light itself, and that way it's mobile, there's no wires or anything like that, which, going back to the original key light, make sure you do have a long extension cord, because you never know where a plug might be if you are using a plug-in light, like I was. Then I was shooting on the Sony a7 IV with the Sony 35mm 1.8. And then the Osmo Pocket 3, it's been a really fun camera. I'm going to do a video just for that in a sec. That's been a great dad cam, BTS, all-around cam. I even took videos of that montage video I was mentioning. I even took that with the Osmo Pocket 3. So a couple things I would have done better. Inevitably, because again, so many people, and just kind of, we were trying to be quick as we can, because we are also in the hallway. We didn't want to disturb the other business down the end of the hall too much, but there's a couple things that we had to work with that were out of our control, and one being people in the background. So at the far end of the hall, literally just behind the staff that I'm trying to take a photo of, there were, people are coming in and out. There's people waiting for the, I believe it's like an X-ray office or something behind there. But anyways, patients are always waiting outside. But luckily, with generative AI, I'm able to remove them. So that was awesome. Generative AI, if you haven't used it, it's in Adobe Photoshop, and it is amazing. It has been such a lifesaver. Not that you couldn't do it kind of the old-fashioned way of cloning and healing and using all the other tools, but generative AI has just been a lot simpler, so much faster, and it's been such a key tool in my photography work. Just for those times where you're just like, things were rushed and something was in the background. Just like my last video, doing video. If your subject is stationary, it's also great to manipulate the background and kind of remove those distractions. So all in all, such a great tool. But so using Gen AI to remove some of the people in the waiting room, and then also, again, being rushed, I should have stopped to take a real look. I thought that the water cooler on the right-hand side was attached to the wall. I didn't think to ask if it could be moved because I just thought it was in the wall or, really heavy or something. I just thought it couldn't be moved. Turns out, literally halfway through the staff shoots, someone was like, hey, do you want me to move that? And I was like, move the water cooler? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh man, I didn't even know you could move that. So we moved that out, and then there's, I think, wheelchairs as well. So again, I just assumed that was there, and I thought some of the other, like the wheelchairs, were part of the X-ray office or that business. So anyways, so always good to just make sure the background is as clear and as clean as possible. But again, luckily with Gen AI, I was able to remove that as well, so it wasn't a huge deal. But again, you do shoots, you learn, and you just try to be better each time you do a project, right? The chairs had wheels on it, so having a chair that didn't have wheels probably be better, but it is what it is. And so as we're in the hustle and bustle, people tend to move and slide around, and so the shots weren't always framed exactly the same, but again, we had to work with that. And so what I did in post is, in Photoshop, I made sort of this really rough opacity layer on top, and kind of scaled Dr. Lindsay and her head to like a certain window, and then from there use that as the mold. So the kind of shape layer plus Dr. Lindsay as the reference guide. And so then everyone that I brought in for the headshots, I tried to match their head to roughly the same size. And that way, once, the images, if they are displayed side by side on a website, they should all sort of be the same size. They're not going to, one's not going to be too close, too far, or too big, too small. So it's not going to be perfect, but it would give some consistency. So I had to find a way to do that, and sort of, using one image and the shape layer gave me this template that I could always pull as a reference as I'm resizing each photo. And so that seemed to work. If you guys have a better way of, using a template or resizing people so that headshots are all, have a consistency, please let me know for sure. And then one other thing, if you are using video lights or even a flash, when you take a shot, always double check. And I didn't do this, and so again, because some people move because of the chair or positioning, my key light wasn't always sort of 45 in front of them. Sometimes they moved up on me, and so the light was maybe more to the side. And what happens is, in the photos, you definitely want to try to get that shine in their eyes, right? The catch light. And so you need the light a little bit more in front of them so that you have that white reflection in the eyeballs. It just, unfortunately, sometimes when people moved, it didn't happen. And then this one scene here, these ladies, they wanted to do jazz hands, right? We're trying to just, again, find a fun way of doing a group shot. And it was funny because we went through a couple practice rounds, and then I just noticed there's a couple people in the front that were doing, let's say, a come hither type finger motions. We don't want to look, we don't want to make it look sexual. So I was like, okay, you know what? There's a big difference between curling your fingers towards you and wiggling your fingers quickly. So we had a really fun laugh with that one. But I said, you know what? Just to keep it safe, let's just do twisting from the wrist, just to, that way there's a consistency there. So anyways, that was awesome. And that was a huge icebreaker. for between myself and the ladies, and just I think it just bonded us instantly. It was just anyways, it was a really funny moment. So it's finding those moments and just being able to have fun with it and connect with your clients, I think makes a huge difference in the day, and just made things a lot more fun for everyone. But all in all, it was a really fun day. They had some downtime after, and they were doing a bunch of TikToks, and it's just a really fun group. So hopefully we can do some monthly content with them, and just make some other fun and silly content just to keep it light. I mean, when you think of dentist's office, it is not always a pleasant or welcoming space, and this space itself is modern. It's huge. And there's the staff is young, they're just fun, everyone seems to vibe with each other, and all in all, it just a really fun day. So anyways, thought this would be a nice quick breakdown just to show you the lighting setup and how I took it, and then showing you kind of just that quick edit behind the scenes there. But I really like what they're doing over there. So anyways, if you have any questions about the headshots and just the editing, hopefully you got it here. It's pretty straightforward, but if there's anything I can help with, let me know in the comments. And hope business is going well for everyone, life's going well, and have a good one. See ya.